So welcome to Winston, California and Texas. I'm coming at you today from Summerlin, Nevada. Good morning, everybody. It's about, 0700 or so. And hopefully y'all can hear me. And what I'm going to do this morning is, besides freeze my butt off, is show you some lawyer PT, because most lawyers are disgusting fat bodies and they don't take care of themselves. And when you're practicing law and sitting behind a desk all day, this is typically what happens to you. And then the stress that litigators are under, like myself, we have a really tough go of it. So anyways, you can see it's a beautiful morning. Summerlin is freaking awesome. It's one of the most beautiful places in Nevada. It kind of reminds me of Mission Viejo or Lake Forest before the communists took over our state and destroyed it. But it's a place where you could sleep with your doors unlocked. And so first step is for your morning PT. How's it going, guys? What's up, Wessa? Life under the microscope. No, I'm on my way probably to unalive myself, Wessa. This is look how beautiful it is here, man. This is Summerlin. And what I'm doing this morning is I'm gonna do a light PT session at the park. I'm trying to show you guys that you don't need to be a member of a gym, but I am. I train at Powerhouse, and I used to be a bodybuilder, so I have that ethos that I want to stay in shape. But this morning I'm gonna take you guys on a typical journey with me of what I would do to try to stay in shape when I don't have time to go to the gym. And right now is like the time a lot of people are leaving to go to their regular job. So I'm trying to be careful that I don't get hit by some crazy person. But let me show you the beautiful sky here. It's drop dead beautiful. In some other scenes, I'm going to show you all some of the Red Rock Mountains, because where I'm at right now is where the Red Rock Mountains are. And we're buttressed right along the mountains. And you can see I'm breathing a little heavy because I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't been training as much as I should and eating too much pogie bait. For all you non-Marines, that means like junk food. And just bad stuff. And man, it's beautiful. Check this out. I don't know how good the images are, but it's drop dead gorgeous here, man. So anyways, let me see, what questions do I have? Yeah, what's the matter? You says, yeah, I pretty much naturally look like Adonis, even without working out. Yeah, well, you just have those natural superior genetics. Yeah. And that's a tough one when you have those natural genetics of perfection, right? But you can see, like, even in a residential neighborhood, people don't like pedestrians. They always want to try and run you over. And that's how I made my start as a lawyer, is doing that. So people who get in bad car accidents and motorcycle accidents, that's how I became successful enough to buy homes and things like that. But all it takes is one crummy governor or political person to destroy the economy and put you in a position where you'll lose everything. So always keep that in mind, guys. Never lose touch with who you are as a person. Never think that you're untouchable, because as soon as you start thinking like that, that's when you're gonna probably realize that you're going through a lot of problems. You're gonna start recognizing that you're being put to the test by your creator. So, but yeah, life under the microscope says that it's an uphill battle with the carbs, and you're right. And so I do try and stay with what I did was called the Atkins diet, and then later what do they call it? Gosh, it's so early. I'm not even awake yet, guys, but the Cro-Magnon man diet, whatever the hell they call that thing, that's what I do with the high protein. Now, Life Under says that any kind of vegetables or fruits are bad and that we should just stay with the protein alone. The problem with that is, I developed these terrible kidney stones, and my doctors said, and of course, Rami will disagree, shouldn't go to the woods, but my doctor said that the high protein diet can lead to this like ureic, whatever acid that creates the stones. And so I was told by Rami and others, and everybody's got their philosophy, that you want to do more fruits to help you break up those stones and get them through you. But man, one of the most excruciating experiences you'll ever have are kidney stones. And I never thought that I would ever be sick or ill because I'm one of these guys who always trains. So here, take a look at this walk. I mean, what a beautiful place, right? So right away you can see the difference between where I'm at in LA. There's no crap on the sidewalks. There's no bubble gum stuck to the sidewalks. It's just a beautiful, pristine place. And, in the meantime, everybody from Ohio and all the young kids want to go to California because they think they're going to be a movie star, and they end up being a food server at P.F. Chang. And then after that, a lot of the girls end up selling themselves in order to survive so they can live the California dream. Give me a bunch of ones if you know what I'm talking about, ladies. Or you have friends who thought they were going to do that. And I agree with you. I can't stand doctors either. What's the matter with you? That's why I always try to sit down when I see one. No, but seriously, I do know a doctor. His name is Dr. Mark Darrow. And he is in off Wilshire Boulevard in LA. And he is all about natural healing and about proliferation therapy for joint injuries, which I think is really cool. And he's the one who really got me into the high protein diet. But he does support things like pea protein, and I think that Life Under is not someone who supports that. I think Life Under doesn't support vegetable protein. But yeah, Life Under, look, man, I'd love to learn more about your philosophy, because one thing I learned a long time ago is being dogmatic and thinking that you're right is the surest way to be wrong. And that's why I disagree with anyone who thinks that the FDA and the CDC and their maximum minimums, right, of exposure, like we know that fluoride's toxic, right? So Twitter, the government, the pro-government mafia on their community notes is constantly trying to flag my posts, saying that what I'm putting on there about fluoride is wrong because, you can be exposed to X amount of fluoride and X amount of toxins and you'll be fine, right? But the problem is that it's based on your lifetime exposure and your daily exposure, and their maximum minimums really don't ever figure that in. So if you're somebody, for example, who likes to take baths, you're going to be in a real problem because you're going to get far more exposure. Check it out. All these dogs want to come and sniff me, and I just cut them off. All right, so I'm just looking for the landmines as I talk to you because this is a dog park. But yeah, so they ignore the fact that and by the way, I'm a personal injury attorney, and one of my great heroes, and not really much of a mentor because I only met him a few times, was Michael Piuze, Piuze. And I met him the second time at the California Court of Appeal when I heard him arguing his appeal against Philip Morris. He had a $28 billion punitive damages award, as I recall, against Philip Morris because they hired doctors as experts to lie and say that basically cigarettes are healthy for you. Just like they're saying these other things are safe and effective, and they've got all their buddies at the CDC and FDA who actually work for those companies back and forth to say that it's safe and effective as your family members are dying, right? So he said, I asked him, what's the biggest threat to the American people? And he said, without question, Big Pharma's influence on the Democrat Party. Because as you know, Democrats, personal injury attorneys, primarily vote Democrat. And of course, that comes from like the 60s and 70s when we were like hippies and we supported the common man. But guys like George Soros and Bill Gates basically, in my opinion, have co-opted the party and turned it into the party of what the Republicans were, which is why nobody liked Republicans, because they weren't for the common man. So give me a bunch of, give me a 5x5 that you can hear me, because I just touched the phone and I want to make sure that I'm still live. Looks like I am. Somebody give me a 5x5 really quick, because I want to get in my morning workout. So this is what I want to teach you guys. The first thing that you want to do, hopefully y'all can hear me. I need a 5x5. Somebody give me one if you're still here. All right. Looks like you can hear me still. Okay, right on. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is, and hopefully this thing is going to stand up, because I just brought a makeshift stand here. It looks like I can make sure. All right, first thing you want to do is stretch, all right? So that's what we're going to do. So, you want to try and do your toe touchers as much as you can. And since I have a jacked up back, it's going to be kind of hard. This is about as far as I'm going to be able to go right now. You don't want to bounce, because when you bounce, that creates a muscle trigger reflex. And you can tear a muscle. And then of course, this is from judo, right? So you want to always do these stretches. All right? And again, this is a hasty workout because I have court this morning, all right? But I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you can do as a non-lawyer or somebody who can't make it to the gym, all right? This is all I'm trying to do. Like someone over 50, you can't make it to the gym, you got kids, you got a wife, whatever, responsibilities. This is a hasty workout you can do to at least keep in basic shape. Right, so it was just your basic 6 pull-ups, and when I was in the Marine Corps, they made you do 20 of those bad chickens, but you could kip. And you see, now I think they made it 6 without kipping. So I'm trying to do the basic Marine Corps pull-up with 6. But again, that was a close grip. My shoulders are jacked up from jiu-jitsu and judo, so it's hard for me to do the wide grip pull-ups anymore. But now I'm just going to show you another hasty way to do some additional exercises for all you procrastinating civilians and lawyers, you fat body lawyers who think that, oh, I couldn't make it to the gym. Here, this is just me walking to the park, all right? Put my feet up at an incline on the slide. I'm not even counting, I'm just training to failure. All right, now abs. All right, just a little ab stretch. So you kind of got it, right? So that's all I'm gonna do this morning because I got to go to court. But even though it wasn't the best workout, at least I did it. And the key to this whole thing, guys, especially you older guys who make up excuses, is to develop the habit to where it becomes ingrained into your personality. You can see I'm pretty fried, right? So about 1 mile, about a 1 mile walk. About a 1 mile walk. Just did basically 6 pull-ups. Probably did, I don't know, 20 or 30 push-ups. Some flutter kicks. And already I'm feeling the oxytocin and the endorphin rush. And totally changed my day. Without drugs, without alcohol. And I recommend that all you gents, excuse makers, people with injuries, try to find a way to incorporate some kind of a fitness routine into your life when you're part of Team MPE. Because the stress we're under as men, especially as providers, you know, you're gonna get heart disease real quick or some other stress-related ailment. Physical fitness is the key to keeping that stuff down. So, hoping you guys like my little cool workout. Just looking at the comments. Yeah, that's right. So training to failure, life under. That's right. You want to train to failure when you can. Now, the issue is if you haven't been training, you don't want to train to failure your first couple times out. You want to develop the stamina again. And if you train to failure your first time out when you've been off for a week or two, what's going to happen is you're going to be in a position where you don't want to come back. You're going to be too sore for the next 3 or 4 days, and you're going to go, F this, I don't want to come back. So I always encourage everybody to start slow and to always stretch first. Stretching is super important. And if it's cold outside, to do a walk, a brisk walk, to allow your muscles to get warm and then do your stretching. Because if you stretch cold, especially when you stretch the way I do, you're going to tear your muscles. But the reason I was coming live this morning is because just like working out, going live on YouTube has sort of become like a habit for me. And I want to keep the habit because I like the cool relationships that I built with people all across the world. And so it's one of those deals. And today is my anniversary. I think I've been married like 20 or, I don't know, 23 years or 20, maybe it's 25, I don't know, but a long time. Got an awesome wife who looks after those kids, which gives me the ability to go out and work. And we're homeschooling and doing everything that we can to keep our kids away from Big Brother and the educational industrial complex trying to sexualize our kids and brainwash them into hating their country. And so this is an example of one is none and two is one. If you can find a way to find someone that you get along with, try to stick with them, have babies, have as many as you can, because there's nothing that'll give you more joy in life when you're older than kids who love you. And how do you make sure they love you? don't let the state raise your kids. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and try to close out. But make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. Semper Fi, do or die.